MeetGeek.ai. This is actually a tool that I've been using for about the last month or so. Think of this as Zoom or Microsoft Teams or even Google Meet, but with a lot of functionality that, quite honestly, I've just gotten addicted to. So it basically creates a bot that joins all of your meetings, and it sits in the background and it's recording and listening to your sessions. So that's great. It records them and all that. It's also transcribing them, so you have an actual transcription afterwards. Okay, cool. But the really cool thing is that it actually then listens and analyzes your tone, a voice, listens to the different people and guests, and then basically creates a call to action based on a meeting. So you know what, there's follow-ups, you know if someone's nervous about something, you know if you've had to clarify. So at the end of every meeting, you have a pretty good sense for what transpired and what you need to do. So that might be a little fuzzy. So I'm just going to walk you through one of my past meetings here and you can kind of get a sense for what it looks like. So I'm going to use last week's class that I teach, the Legal Business Design Challenge. And you basically see duration about 2 hours, 8 action items, 3 concerns. Okay, and these are all my sort of attendees. I will view the meeting. Hopefully this doesn't take too long to pull up. Okay, so you can see here, this is just the video. I will get to this in a second. Over here, you're going to see the transcript with everything time stamped. So let's just jump into this. I'm going to jump ahead here.
Through an operating agreement, and that's been good to kind of flesh out some of the ideas about how this will exactly be structured.
Okay, so that's one of my students. You can see this is the video being captured. You can see the transcription right on the screen, and you could follow along in the transcription over here. Okay, so that by itself is incredibly useful if you ask me. But I want to actually show you a different way of looking at this. So I'm just going to switch the layout here. Okay, so now we have the screen up here with the video. This is the transcription. And over here are the callouts, right? Where there's an action item to follow up on. There's a fact. Someone is stating something that everyone needs to pay attention to versus just stating something. The AI is listening to try to say, okay, is that a material statement there? Concern, this could be confusion. This could be a question. So let's go into this and see. I'm going to click on that. Takes me directly to the concern, shows me whose it was, and let's play this. Should take me directly to where it is.
That's so overwhelming cognitively to most people. They're like, that's all new information to me. I have no idea what this team's talking about. You know what I mean? So you've got to sort of take it the other way.
So here the concern was clearing up confusion that some of the students had. So AI heard this, and what would I do with this? I might want to go back, re-listen to this, and send a follow-up email. If this was a part in our discussion that students weren't quite following me on, or your team, you were explaining something, or someone had a question, it really wasn't clear what to do next, you'd go back, you'd look at your concerns and go, okay, I'm going to do a post-meeting follow-up and address these things. Let's listen to sort of what an action is. Okay, action. Let's listen and see what it says.
So yeah, and I could see both. I could see both. So if any of you want to take it that way, that's fine. I will leave it worded as it is, and maybe I'll provide that example. Liquidity could mean X, could mean.
So this is great. So I was talking about their writing assignment, their final paper, and a student had a question. And so you can see, I said, I will leave it worded as is, or maybe I'll provide an example for liquidity could mean X or Y. So it's funny, when I actually went back and reviewed this to actually write the final paper instructions, I knew I had to address this specifically in the instructions so the students weren't confused. So again, I don't want to go into my whole class here. Yes, I have literally about 20 of these t-shirts. So I have one there and I have one here. This was last week. It's a different t-shirt, all that. But anyway, this is MeetGeek.ai. Now, this is a paid version. I don't know what the free version is, but again, they might have a free version. Let me just okay, yeah, they do have a free. This is on their pricing page. So I would highly recommend if you use a lot of Zooms or Google Meet or Teams meetings and need a transcription, really great product, very cool. MeetGeek.ai.